Hello, the Slaves Magician Squad. I hope y'all are doing well. I am the Slaves Magician. I hope y'all are staying safe, and I hope y'all are looking forward to this next trick. But first off, this video is sponsored by DevSpace Technologies. If you're looking for top-notch apps, websites, or just marketing, head over to devspacetechnologies.com/slavesmagician for an exclusive discount. I have loved working with them. They are great to work with and help you understand the audience that you need to reach to be successful. They care about you as a person, but also as a brand. Head over to devspacetechnologies.com/latestmagician for that exclusive discount. My link is just right down below. You won't regret it. You will love working with them, and they will help you grow, both as a person and as a brand. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. We're going to be doing the 9 and 7 card trick today. We're going to be doing the trick, and then I'm going to be showing you how to do the tutorial as well at the end, so I hope you all really enjoy this trick. What we're going to do is first, I just went and shuffle the cards. We're going to go take the top two cards. It's okay if I see them at this time. We're going to go ahead and do it. A 9 and 7. We have clubs and spades, okay? So we have those. We're going to go and put them back in the middle of the deck somewhere. So we're going to put them together right there. So they're back in the middle of the deck, right? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and put these down on top of the deck. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the 9-7 knock-knock, okay? That's what we do is 9-7 knock-knock. We're going to go and click on the top of the deck right here, or knock on it, whichever way you want to do. And then what we're going to do is you're going to go and see right here, you're going to go and see the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs come right back to the top of the deck, just like that. So you see that we have the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs right back to the top of the deck, just like how it was before. So they come back from the middle of the deck down here, all the way back up to the top of the deck. 7 of spades and 9 of clubs right back from the middle of the deck. Hope you all really enjoyed this trick. Now, stick around for a second and I can show you how to do this trick. It's very simple. You'll see how I do it. Just give me 2 seconds. All right, awesome. So those of you who stuck around to see this trick, I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So what you're going to do is before you get it even set up, you're going to go ahead and go look through your cards, right? And you're going to want to make sure that you have a 9 of clubs and then a 7 of spades on the third and fourth cards down. And then you want to have the 9 of spades and the 7 of clubs on the 1 and 2 spot, okay? So you're going to basically have vice versa. So when you tell them to go ahead and take the top 2 cards, so usually what I do is I do a shuffle. But I always want to make sure the top 4 cards stay where they're at, okay? So don't make it too obvious, but try to make them so they're up the top 4 cards or where they're supposed to be at. And then what you do is you say, hey, take the top 2 cards. But don't have them tell you what they are, okay? Or don't have them show you what they are. Just go ahead and say, remember the numbers and then the suits. But don't say which suits they are. Just say, remember, take a quick glance, go like, hey, remember the numbers and suits. So we have the 7 of clubs and 9 of spades, right? But you want to remember that you have the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs in the third and fourth. So you don't want to mix that up. So make sure you remember you have the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs in the third and fourth position. They have the 7 of clubs and 9 of spades right here. Then you go like, okay, take a quick glance, put them back in the middle of the deck somewhere that you're not going to be able to remember and that they're not going to be together. Okay? And this time you go like, okay, so a lot of magicians try to mess with you. I'm not one of those. So I want you at this time to tell me the 2 numbers. Don't tell me the suits, just tell me the 2 numbers. And they're going to go like, okay, I've got a 7 and 9, okay? And you're going to remember that you have the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs in the next position, right? So you have to make sure you steer them towards the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs. So you're going to go like, okay, so now what suits were they? What color were they? They're like, oh, they were black. You're like, okay, cool. So, and the chance of them being both the same suit are not very good. Sometimes you had a spade and a club, and they're like, yeah, that's correct. And you're like, okay, so you had the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs, okay? So remember, they have that right there, okay? But you're like, okay, so you had the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs, and the head they're like, yeah, I think that's what I had, yeah. So you want to try to keep on repetitively saying they had the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs to get in their head that they had it there, okay? 7 of spades, 9 of clubs, that's in their head now. And you're like, well, cool, I've had this deck right here in my hand, and you want to make sure this is a process so they don't just keep on remembering what they had in there beforehand. You want them to try to forget that they had the other way around, but you want them to think it's the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs. So you keep on talking and talking and talking until finally they're like, okay, yeah, I did have that. And then you're like, well, cool, I haven't touched this deck. They're just in my middle of my fingers here. What I want you to do is I just want you to tap or knock on the top of the deck twice. I'm like, okay, here it is. Now I want you to take the top 2 cards. They're going to take the top 2 cards and go like, so now you should have your 7 of spades and your 9 of clubs back at the top of the deck. And they're like, oh yeah, that's true. Now remember, they didn't have that before. Those other ones are at the bottom or the middle of the deck, right? But they have the opposite. So you have to make sure you steer them this way. You have to make sure you do repetitiveness and talk to them, make sure they know that you had that they had the other cards, but you want them to have these cards. You want them to remember that they have the 7 of spades and 9 of clubs. That's what you want to try to do with cards that are the same, opposite suits that are partnered together with the same color. So that way it's easier to throw them off, okay? So 7 of spades, 9 of clubs. Just remember that. But I hope you really enjoy this trick. Use it. It's a great trick. I used it when I was very young, started off as a magician. I love this trick. It's called the 7-9 knock knock, or you just call it the 7-9, whichever you want to use. But you can use 4 and 6. You can use 8 and 10, 9 and 10, whatever you want to use. Just make sure they're the same color and just opposite suits, so you can easily throw them off. But I hope you all really enjoy this trick. Please use it. It's a great trick. Please stay safe out there, the Slates Magician Squad, and I will see you next time.